Welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. This is the FX Dreamline Lite. I've been shooting this for the last hour and I have to say I am a huge fan of this already. It is one of the simplest, lightest, most fun pre-charged air rifles I've ever shot. And I have to say it might currently now be my favourite within the whole FX airgun line. Stick with this review, I'll show you some more about what's going on. But for now, I'm going to enjoy shooting it. The left side of the gun shows the adjustable power dial. This is heavily knurled and detented, so locks solidly in position, it's easy to turn. There is also a high, medium and low tuning dial to tune the setting exactly as your pellet desires. This also shows heavy serrations on the edge for grip. It's got a side lever cocking mechanism. Fast, quiet, smooth. Depending on which calibre you go for, the 177 is a 22 shot magazine, 22 calibre is 18 shot, 25 calibre is 16 shot and 30 calibre is 13 shots. This one's in 22 calibre, it's available in 17.25 as well, and you can also have a 30 calibre if you need to. This one holds 22 rounds and it follows the usual FX mechanism. Unlike some of the other FX rifles which show Picatinny rail, this one's got an 11mm dovetail for scope mounting. I've added normal rings, these are the FX rings with adjustable elevation control on them, and I've also put a bubble level on the side just to help me keep it from canting. As usual, the FX trigger is two-stage, fully adjustable and super crisp straight from the box. You can adjust reach from throw to grip, and you can squeeze straight through the first stage, reliably knowing you can capture the second stage here. Squeeze, and off it goes again. I think what I like most about the Dreamline Lite is exactly what it says on it. It's light. It is so delicate and easy to carry in a hunting scenario. Yes, it's not perhaps as target applicable as some of the other FX rifles. Things like the bipod being mounted much closer to the grip makes it a lot more manoeuvrable, but fundamentally that gives it a little bit less, supreme range capability in terms of holding the gun truly stationary on target. But in a dynamic situation, if you're resting and you've got quarry moving quickly, the ability to move that rifle fast like that is so much faster because of just the pivot length involved. I do like the barrels. The liners are interchangeable. You can use different calibers, different twist rates to suit what projectiles you want to use. With this being a sub 12 rifle, you've got less tuning on the side, but you've got an overall power adjuster, and you've also got the tuning adjuster here. I left everything on high because it gave me the best performance, and I was very happily getting well over 100 shots in this 22 caliber before I even thought about needing a refill. There's a pressure gauge on the end here which allows you to keep up to date with what's going on inside, and filling it is generally a case of rotating this and popping the fill adapter in the end and just raising it to the 230 bar pressure. It's a 220cc cylinder, and you do get a good enough shot string there for what is a hunting rifle. The 11mm scope rail versus a Picatinny is in no detriment, to be honest, because an air rifle you've not got huge recoil issues and you can get rings to do whatever you need in either fitting. So you know, I've kept this gun super simple. I've used a 1-inch tube, 3-9 scope, and that, you know, tied in well with exactly how I wanted to keep it lightweight. Tactile handling of the rifle is superb because you've got a rubberized AR-15 style grip on here, and the Supermatch trigger, which is, as it says it will be delivered at 15 ounces, is incredibly crisp. I do love it. And if you want to, you can move the position slightly, change it, adjust it as you want according to the instruction book which is supplied. Having the Picatinny rail on the bottom here makes it easy to fit bipods, or you can use shooting tripods as well, and you can just take them on and off as quickly as that. The Picatinny system is very secure, and ultimately it's as extremely reliable as it was first designed to be. The cheek piece, but as part of the stock, makes it completely ambidextrous, so you can shoot it just as comfortably left-handed as right-handed if you need to. The record pad fits and stays well into your shoulder, and you do have grip sections here, so you've got finger grooves there, and you can really plant it into your shoulder if you need to do that. The fact it's so light and easy to handle is easily demonstrated there with just one hand on the grip, but the second hand on the cylinder and the gun is super stable. It is awesome for taking shots on squirrels or feral pigeons where your angle of inclination is generally slightly higher up. And the balance of it also means that it just stays that slightly bit muzzle pointed, even though you've got an ultra lightweight rear stock here. And don't forget, the stock can be removed and you can completely interchange this rifle with any of the other Dreamline setups. If I just twiddle this off here, and that comes off, the scope might just interfere slightly, there we go, and that's off as we go there. And you're onto the pure aluminium billet, which is machined throughout the rifle, so it's totally solid in construction, and you haven't got, you know, small bits of folded steel or anything like that competing for your attention. That will just screw back in there and it will lock back 100% solid. This 2.2 model has the 500mm barrel, but depending on which caliber you go for, you know, 177's at 400mm and the 2.5 is at 600mm. So you can choose it to suit your needs and desires in the caliber you want, 177, 2.2 or 2.5. I think the FAC versions of FX rifles are probably slightly better than the buddy bottle equipped rifles because you have got a bit more air volume, probably double the air volume with the 480 on that versus the 220 on this. And if you are going FAC, you've obviously got full adjustability from the AMP regulator and the hammer and valve tuning systems, of course. Loading the magazine is the usual FX system. You unclip the rotor there, take the cover off, and then just pre-tension the spring. You can rotate it around as many as you like. Most people will fully load it, so you can lock the magazine back with one pellet in there, and then you just go around in sequence and fill as many of the others as you want to fill. As they cycle through, they will automatically spring around on the magazine. I should have mentioned that to load the rifle, put the clear cover back on and rotate back into place. It won't load without a pellet in the magazine, but that simply slots into the side of the rifle and you close forward. And of course, the bolt handle on the side here will lock when the magazine's finished because the rotor blocks its path into the chamber. I was using 16 grain pellets throughout. The soft lead works very well in a sub 12 hour rifle, gives you good expansion, and it's stabilised with a good tune at 11.3 foot-pounds, which is totally safe and within the 12 foot-pound legal limit. I don't think I need to describe performance in intimate detail, but I certainly had no problem successfully engaging squirrels and pigeons out to 25 or sometimes 30 metres with this combination. There'll be more details probably in the description box of this video, but you know, this is all about my perception of a rifle. You can read all the stats and statistics on the actual company's website from FX themselves. This is about what I think of how it handles in the field and in use and what it applies to. And I have to say, as a sub 12 foot-pound hunting rifle throughout the FX range, I think this possibly has to be my favourite. I do still like the Impact M3 for the FAC ratings and the tunability of that, especially with slugs, but for simple point and shoot capability using standard 2.2 pellets, there's just nothing easier than the Dreamline Lite in the FX range for me. And I just love its lightweight and dynamic handling capability. This side lever is super light, cocking and firing the action. This is safe dry fire. It's just so quiet. And of course you've got the fully shrouded barrel liner system, and there's a 1/2 inch UNF thread at the muzzle to put a moderator on as well, and it's been a very quiet rifle, smooth to shoot. Well, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you can keep track of the regular uploads. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.